Hello everyone. Last time we have completed the concept of pH. So today we'll start with hydrolysis of salts. So first we have to understand different types of salts. Now what are the different types of salts over here? So the salts derived from, it can be the salts derived from strong acid and strong base. We are mainly seeing the types of salt. There are 4 types. Salts derived from strong acid and strong base, like for example NaCl, okay, is an example of a salt derived from strong acid and strong base. Why we say it as the salt is derived from strong acid and strong base? When NaCl, this will give me, when it is put in water, it will give me what? NaOH and HCl. That means the salt is derived from a strong acid HCl and strong base NaOH. So hopefully understood. So what is the strong acid and strong base in this salt? Strong acid is HCl and strong base is NaOH. Next, one more example. Na2SO4. Na2SO4. Now Na2SO4, what will be the strong acid here? Strong acid will be sulfuric acid and strong base will be sodium hydroxide. Okay. If we have to take more examples, so if I say KCl, so that means we just have to say what will be the acid and what will be the base. Because base we have to attach OH and acid we have to attach what? H plus ions. Okay, so here it will be strong acid will be HCl and strong base will be KOH. Okay, so hopefully understood. So what is strong acid and strong base in the case of KCl? Next is again KNO3. It will be, the base will be strong base will be KOH, potassium hydroxide, and strong acid will be HNO3. So it will be what? Nitric acid. Okay, so hopefully till here you understood how to say. Once that part is over, the further thing when we are learning, it will be very much easier. So first is to understand how to find a strong acid and a strong base in each of this case. Okay, now next again, so this is one type, salt derived from strong acid and strong base. Next will be salt derived from strong acid and weak base. Okay, now so some examples over here. Remember, the salt derived from it is strong acid and weak base. So here some examples are NH4Cl. So try to understand, if OH gets attached here, it will become NH4OH, and if H get attached here, so it will be what? HCl. So this is nothing but a salt of strong acid HCl, hydrochloric acid, and weak base ammonium hydroxide. So hopefully understood. Next one, CuSO4, copper sulfate. Okay, copper sulfate is derived from a strong acid. If H is attached over here, it will be sulfuric acid, H2SO4. And what will be over here? It will be CuOH twice. So because the charge over here is 2 plus and 2 minus, therefore it will be H2SO4, and here if OH is getting attached, it will be CuOH twice. Okay, so copper hydroxide. Simple. Everywhere you have to just attach H and OH. That's a simple case. Okay, now next example, NH4NO3. So try to understand now. Strong acid will be HNO3 and strong base will be NH4OH. OH over here, H over here, again here OH, H. So everywhere it is same. So it will be NH4OH and HNO3. Okay, next CuCl2, copper chloride. What will be here? What will be the answer over here? Again it will be HCl, and here OH, it will be copper hydroxide. Weak base over here is copper hydroxide. Weak base is ammonium hydroxide. Again here ammonium hydroxide, and here copper hydroxide. So hopefully you will understand here weak base also. Many examples of weak base also you can understand over here. Okay. Now next, salt derived from weak acid and strong base. Salt derived from weak acid and strong base. So first example is CH3COONA. Now over here, if I just attach H over here, it becomes acetic acid, and OH over here, it becomes what? NaOH. Okay, I cannot attach OH over here again. Okay, so CH3COOH is nothing but acetic acid. Weak acid is here acetic acid, and strong base is NaOH. Next, KCN. Next is what? KCN. Now over here, what will be the weak acid and strong base? Weak acid. Okay, weak acid will be what? HCN. Weak acid will be HCN, and weak strong base will be KOH. OH. Okay, so hopefully it is understood nicely. So we are again one more example, Na2CO3. Again over here weak acid, so it will be H going over here, so it will be carbonic acid. Okay, and here it will be OH going over here, it will be nothing but sodium hydroxide. So strong base here is sodium hydroxide, here it is potassium hydroxide, and here also it is sodium hydroxide, NaOH. So hopefully it is understood. Next, salts derived from weak acid and weak base. Both the acid as well as the base is weak in this case. So first example, CH3COONH4. Now here it will be again CH3COOH is a weak acid, NH4OH is a weak base. So it will be salts of ammonium acetate is nothing but weak acid over here is CH3COOH, and weak base is NH4OH. Okay, again over here NH4CN. Cn, it will be derived from NH4, here it will be OH, so it will become weak base NH4OH, and weak acid it will be HCN. So hopefully you understood all these things. Very simple, you just have to understand what is a strong acid and a strong base in each of the case. So it will be very simple for you to understand. If any of the example is given, you can just tell whether the salt is derived from a strong acid or weak base. Let's for example, if I give you the example, say CH3COONA. Okay, so CH3COONA, if it is given, will you be able to tell me which type it will be? Yeah, it is very simple. I just have to add H and OH. Okay, so if I add H over here, H cannot go here, so it will be H will go here, so it will become CH3COH acetic acid, and it will become NaOH. So this is a type of a salt derived from a strong base and a weak acid. Okay, so hopefully it is understood nicely, H plus and OH minus. So if that thing is understood, next we'll go to the concept of hydrolysis. Remember, we have to learn hydrolysis of salts. These are many salts. We know now what are the type of salts. Next we'll learn what is hydrolysis, and afterwards we'll learn each hydrolysis of each of the type. Okay, so to understand the first thing, concept of hydrolysis. Okay. Now as you know, whenever it is hydrolysis, we add molecules of water. Okay. Simple. Whenever we just hear the word hydrolysis, what should come in your mind? Molecules of water. Now when a salt is added in water, okay, when a salt, any of this above salt is added in water, it will dissociate completely into its constituent ion. If say example NaCl added in water, it will become as Na plus and Cl minus. If KCl added in water, it will become K plus and Cl minus. Okay, so that means everything will dissociate into its ion. That means water molecule is trying to dissociate, it helps in the dissociating of the salt. Okay, so that is the meaning hydrolysis. Breaking of the molecules with the help of water molecules are said to be nothing but in simple manner is said to be hydrolysis, to remember. Okay, so now if I say, okay, how does the solvent molecule dissociate? What is the solvent over here? Solvent is nothing but water. So if water is there, how it can dissociate? It will be, the reaction will be proceeded. You know that water will not dissociate completely. That is why we are writing this arrow, double arrow we write when it is not completely dissociated. Please understand that thing. Okay, so it will dissociate, some of the molecules of water will dissociate into H3O plus plus OH minus. So hopefully you understood H3O plus and OH minus. How it is H3O plus and OH minus? If I say H2O molecule and this gets dissociated as H plus and OH minus, H2O will take H plus, becomes hydronium ion, and what is left behind in this case? OH minus is left behind. Therefore OH minus ion. So till now you should be able to write such kind of reaction. Okay, now we'll understand in detail about this concept. Okay, so first what I am trying to do, I have taken a salt, I have added in water. Okay, what will happen? The salt will try to completely dissociate into its constituent ions. Now when it was pure water, the concentration of H3O plus will be equal to the concentration of OH minus. Therefore we say that water is said to be neutral. Water is said to be neutral, that means pH 7. Okay, that is what the concept is. Now if I add water, what will happen? If the equality of hydronium ion and OH minus is disturbed, then the solution will become acid or basic, or sometimes it will be neutral as well, depending upon what kind of salt we are adding. Okay, simple. When we add a salt, the acidity, basicity will change. That means the neutrality, if pure water is neutral in nature, it can change to either acidic or basic, or sometimes it remains as neutral depending upon what kind of salt we are adding in water. Okay, so such a reaction is said to be hydrolysis of salt. A reaction between the ions of salt and the ions of water is called hydrolysis of salt. Okay, that means salt which is added will react with water molecules, is nothing but hydrolysis of water. Now what happens exactly? It is well defined as, hydrolysis of salt can be well defined as the reaction in which the cations or anions or both ions of salt react with ions of water to produce acidity or alkalinity, or sometimes even neutrality. That means what will happen when a salt is added? Salt means it will have a positive species and a negative species. For example, if it is NaCl, Na plus can be referred as cations, Cl minus is referred as anions. So in general, if I say whenever a salt is added, there will be generation of cations and anions in water. So as a result, what will happen? these ions will try to, sometimes it will be only the cations which will be trying to react with water molecules. When a cation tries to react with the negative component over here, what will become excess? H3O plus will become excess. As a result, what will happen? The salt will be acidic in nature. Okay, when a negative component reacts with the positive component in water, then what will happen? Excess of OH minus is generated. That time the reaction will be basic in nature. And if both the cations or anions, like positive species will come and combine with this thing, and the negative species will come and combine with this thing, and the balance is maintained, then that time the solution will be referred as neutral solution. Okay, so depending upon the salt, we can say that the solution will be acidic or basic or neutral in nature. So hopefully you understood the concept of hydrolysis. Okay, so now we have to see each of the type over here. So today we will be seeing this two type. Okay, and afterwards we'll see the further thing. Okay, so let's begin now. Now to start with the first one, salts of strong acid and strong base. Now henceforth I'll be referring strong base as Sa and strong base as Sb, weak acid as Wa, and weak base is Wb. Okay, so now you should be able to write now over here. NaCl is a salt of strong acid. It will be what? H and OH. So H will go to Cl. So it will be strong acid HCl and strong base NaOH. This is the first step in each of the hydrolysis of salt. Okay, so we are going to learn salts of strong acid and strong base. We are actually trying to learn the hydrolysis of salt in each of the type. Okay, so first step should be always to take out the strong acid and strong base or weak acid and weak base from a particular salt. So this thing is done. Next, what will happen if this salt will get dissociate in water? If this salt get dissociates in water, what will happen? NaCl will be, salt will be completely dissociated as Na plus Cl minus. Now, as a result, what all ions will be generated in water? Please understand, there are water molecules as well. So what all ions will be there? There are nothing but, for our reference, there are nothing but what? H plus, OH minus, Na plus and Cl minus ions are there in the solution. Okay, now since all these things are there, what will happen next is, the one which is generated will try to react with water. Okay, so that means what will happen? Na plus Cl minus, whatever is generated, will be reacting with water. So the possible product over here will be what? When it reacts with water, it will be nothing but NaOH plus HCl. Now these are nothing but the possible products. These are nothing but, I can refer it as possible products. Okay, now but we know that NaOH and HCl are said to be strong electrolytes. What are strong electrolytes? We have learned that strong electrolytes are the one, when it is in water, it will dissociate. It cannot form a molecule as such, it will be present in a dissociated form. Okay, so this won't happen if it is in water. So it will try to dissociate. Okay, so what it will form? HCl plus NaOH in water will form H3O plus Cl minus plus Na plus OH minus. Hope till here you understood. HCl, this H will go over here, it becomes H3O plus, Cl minus is left over here, Na plus is left over here, OH minus is left. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood nicely. Okay, why we are showing this thing? Because there are some molecules of water which are undissociated as well. So when H plus and Cl minus is created, they can go and react with H2O molecule and form H3O plus. But the presence of H plus and H3O plus is similar. Okay, so hopefully till here it is understood. Now, as a result, what is happening over here? Both the cations are going and reacting with that means both the ions are not reacting with water molecules. Okay, so as a result, what will happen over here is this solution will be neutral in nature. This solution will be neutral in nature because it is formed of a strong acid and strong base. Since it is formed of a strong acid and strong base, they are said to be good electrolytes. Even though when a salt added in water, it will form NaOH and Cl minus, but it will try to be in the undissociated form, that is its ionic form. As a result, the number of water molecules or the H plus and OH minus which was present in the solution will be as it is. The number of molecules are not disturbed. Therefore, this solution will be nothing but solution is neutral in nature. Solution is neutral in nature. Why it is neutral in nature? Because the concentration of H3O plus is equal to the concentration of OH minus. So hopefully till here it is understood. Once again, by that means always a conclusion will be always a solution of strong acid and strong base will be neutral in nature. So if you understood this concept, the rest concept will be very simple. Okay, fine. Now next we'll start with salts of strong acid and weak base. Now by seeing itself, we can say that, just for reference, if it is a salt of strong acid and weak base, then what will be remain undissociated? The strong acid part will become undissociated because it will be a strong electrolyte. As a result, the acid will not go and react with the water molecules. As a result, the solution more number of proton, or we can say hydronium ions, will be there. Therefore, it will be nothing but acidic in nature. So, this is a simple way to understand in nature. Okay, so salts of strong acid and weak base will be acidic in nature. Now, you just have to prove this thing that it is acidic in nature. So, now it is very simple. Okay. Yeah. Copper sulfate is an example of a salt of strong acid and weak base. Now, over here, strong acid over here will be what? H2SO4, sulfuric acid, and weak base over here will be nothing but CuOH twice, copper hydroxide. Hopefully you won't have any problem in this thing. Now the next thing, what I'll be writing over here similar to this thing. Once I have done with the first step, second will be nothing but what I have to say, when copper sulfate is dissociated in water, the salt will be completely dissociated as Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. It will be fully dissociated as what? Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus. Please write down aqueous everywhere wherever we are showing dissociation. Okay, even the above step, please write down aqueous. Okay, so copper sulfate will be completely dissociated at Cu2 plus and SO4 2 minus. Now what all ions will be there? In the medium, it will be Cu2 plus ions, SO4 2 minus ions, H plus ions, and OH minus ions will be there. These many ions will be there in the medium now. Now, what will happen next is this will try this copper sulfate, whatever is generated, will try to react with water. Okay, so Cu2 plus, I can say Cu2 plus SO4 2 minus plus H2O. What will happen over here? The possible products should be CuOH twice plus H2SO4. So the possible, these are nothing but a possible product. These are nothing but our possible product. But now we have to understand over here what will happen to this when this two gets reacted. When this will happen, this will try to again dissociate and be there in the undissociated form, and this, since it is a weak base, will be there in the undissociated form. Okay, this will try to dissociate and this will be there in the undissociated form. So the reaction will be nothing but CuOH twice plus H2SO4 when in water H2O. What will happen? CuOH twice will try to be as it is. CuOH twice will remain as it is. And what will happen to all these ions? It will be forming ions like H plus, SO4 2 minus, SO4 2 minus plus H plus plus OH minus, and one more 2 plus 2 molecules of H plus will be there. Now this is nothing but the molecule of water. I can write it as H2O as well. Okay, now what will happen over here? What is increasing? The number of ions is increasing because of the strong acid. As a result, what is disturbed? The equality of HCH3, that H3O plus is the equality of the water is disturbed. So that means I can say the concentration of H3O plus is more in this case. As a result, what will happen? The solution will be acidic in nature. The solution will be nothing but acidic in nature. Hopefully till here it is understood, or else directly after doing this thing you can just show that Cu2 plus ions will be remained as what? Similar, same thing, and this will be getting dissociated. Okay, so simple. So once again we'll just revise both the things. Similar steps I have followed so that there is no confusion for you. Okay, in your textbook it is slightly different. Please understand both the things are one and the same. We just have to understand the concept. So before starting, understand what will be the nature. Now it is both strong acid and strong base, the solution will be neutral in nature. If it is strong acid and weak base, the solution is acidic in nature. If suppose it is, next class we'll be seeing, it will be weak acid and strong base, that time it will be basic in nature. Okay, so what first step will be? You have to say what is a if you take any of the example, you have to first write down what is a strong acid and strong base. Next is you will dissociate the salt into its ion. Next step is to react it with water and say what will be the possible product, and afterwards take a minute to decide whether it is a strong electrolyte or a weak electrolyte. Once you know it is a strong electrolyte, that means that will try to dissociate. If it tries to dissociate, if both of them tries to dissociate, that means the solution will be neutral in nature. In this case what happens? Everything tries to dissociate. As a result, nothing is disturbed. The solution is neutral in nature. Now in this case what happens is, salts of strong acid and weak base, we know, keep in mind, it is acidic in nature. So first step we wrote it as copper sulfate, strong acid is sulfuric acid and weak base is copper hydroxide. Similar step. First step, identify strong acid and weak base. Second step, say when salt is added in water, it will dissociate into so and so ions. Third step, reaction between the ions of water and ions of salt and water. So the possible products you will get. Next step, take a minute and understand which is a strong electrolyte and weak electrolyte. So over here H2SO4 is a strong electrolyte. As a result, it will try to dissociate and copper hydroxide will remain as it is. Copper hydroxide will remain as it is in the undissociated form. You have to write over here, copper hydroxide will be there in the undissociated form, whereas H2SO4 will try to dissociate since it is a strong electrolyte. So again I'll be knowing this is nothing but in medium of water. So as a result, what will happen? This all things will be there. Okay. Now as a result, from this case we can understand that this is neutral. What is excess over here? It is nothing but what? H plus is excess. So in this, okay, and as a result H3O plus concentration is more. H3O plus is equivalent to nothing but H plus ion. Therefore we are referring here H3O plus ions. Concentration is more. Since if H plus concentration is more, we know that that is nothing but referred to as acid. So hopefully till here it is understood. Okay, then next thing we'll start with, next class we'll start with salts of weak acid and strong base. Okay then, thank you.